Hey y'all, it's DJ Kitty.
And Miss Morningstar.
And you are tuned into Our Plugs, a community connection, where culture, commerce, and community come together on one powerful platform.
Absolutely. This is the show that connects Black and minority-owned businesses, nonprofit organizations, entrepreneurs, community leaders, and change makers all in one place. We don't just talk, we build, we uplift, and we plug you into the resources that help our community grow.
Yep. From business ownership and financial empowerment to mental health, education, arts, culture, and justice. This is a space where real conversations meet real solutions.
I know that's right. So wherever you're listening, whether it's from home, at work, or on the move, stay locked in because you're officially plugged into Our Plugs, the community connection.
Now let's get into today's show. Good morning, Holly Springs, Mississippi. Good morning, Memphis, Tennessee. Happy Wednesday. Happy hump day. We are halfway there. Thank you, Jesus. Oh, it's already been a long week. It has been a long week, and we're only, 3 days in, but it's all good. We're going to enjoy this week and enjoy the weekend even better. Come on in, Holly Springs. Come on in, Memphis, Tennessee. We've got a great show lined up. It's called, this is our How's Your Mental show. And today we're going to talk about social media and kids' mental health. I think it's a great topic because if you're like me, we have little people around us that have found themselves on social media. So we not only want to make sure that they're safe, but that they're taking in knowledge that won't hinder them down the road. So Counselor Nikki will be joining us throughout the show in a few after our morning monologue so that we can get into the nitty gritty. But before then, we've got some housekeeping to do. I want to say good evening to our family and friends on TikTok, YouTube, Facebook, and Instagram. Thank you so much for being here and being a part of our journey. We truly appreciate you. You could be anywhere, but you choose to be here with us. So thank you, thank you, thank you. All right, so here is your daily reminder to drink your 16 ounces of water as soon as you wake up. Take your morning medication as well as your vitamins and grab you a great breakfast. You know what I say, breakfast is the most important meal of the day. Get you something good to eat, something nutritious, something good for you. Not just taste good, but also good for you. And enjoy that. Grab you a cup of coffee. We've got a great show lined up. I'm quite sure you guys are going to enjoy it just as much as I enjoy it. And we enjoy bringing you the show. That being said, I'm going to turn the floor over to Miss Morningstar so that she can give us our morning affirmations that we all need so desperately. Good morning, Miss Morningstar. How are you, honey?
Good morning, everybody. Welcome in. Happy Wednesday. Halfway there. We at the halfway mark, y'all. We almost there. Just two more days to our 48-hour break. So welcome in, guys. I hope everybody is up and at it and ready to get the day started. As DJ Kitty stated, today is Mental Health Day. We need this day. We need this at least once a week. We need to address mental health issues within our community or just within our region. We just got to talk about it, y'all. And it's better to talk it out than to keep it in. So improving mental health is what our affirmations is going to be about today. Involves consistency, small lifestyle changes, key strategies, cultivating social connections like we here on Our Plugs do. We have a community where we are able to talk weekly to each other, daily actually, and we engage in different activities, different things, different discussions, put it like that. So practice and mindfulness and learning new skills, giving each other some nuggets. This is all part of our mental health. We use affirmations to help achieve, empower, and it's therapeutic for us as well. So today we're going to do positive affirmations for mental health. And it's just some nuggets that you can use throughout your day just to get you by. Just get you by. And you can probably use it throughout the week as well. So let's get into it. Number one, I have the strength and resilience to overcome any obstacles. Number two, I trust myself to make decisions that align with my values and goals. I choose to focus on positives in my life. I'm deserving of love, respect, and a healthy relationships. I am grateful for all the blessings in my life, big and small. I embrace the journey of life and trust that everything happens for a reason. I choose to embrace peace and tranquility. I am deserving of healthy and fulfilling relationships with others. I'm confident in my ability to achieve my goals. I choose to believe in myself. I'm deserving of rest and relaxation to recharge my mind and body. That's why we get them 48 hours, y'all. I am kind and compassionate to myself and others. I, I am focused on living a balanced life. I am deserving of healthy boundaries that honor my needs and well being. I am full of validity and energy to pursue my passions and dreams. I trust the universe has a plan for me, that everything will work out in my favor. And finally, I choose to see the beauty in myself and others. So
I
those
love-
are mental health affirmations, guys. I hope they help you throughout your day, throughout your life, throughout your journey.
Yes. Thank you so much, Miss Morningstar. You know, those mental health affirmations mean a lot, especially people are going through some things right now. A lot is happening, a lot of things that are happening that we just don't understand. So it's nice to hear someone acknowledge that, okay, this is happening and you're going to be okay. So thank you, Miss Morningstar. As always, your affirmations give us that push that we need to continue to move forward. Speaking of moving forward, let's go ahead and move forward to this weather. Now, Holly Springs today, you have a high of 69, a low of 50. Feels like 69 during the day, 59 at night, with a 23% chance of rain. Winds are out of the north northwest at 10 to 15 miles per hour. It's going to be a cloudy day, pretty much all day, partly cloudy in the evening, and humidity is high all day long. Let's see, Memphis, Tennessee, you have a high today of 70, a low of 52. Feels like 69 during the day, 62 at night with a 24% chance of rain. Winds out of the north at 10 to 15 miles per hour. It's going to be overcast and pretty cool today, and humidity will be high. H-Town, hi to Houston. Today we have a high of 87, a low of 79. Feels like 92 during the day, 78 at night. It's going to be hot, period. Let's see. I'm sorry, we have a 19% chance of rain today, which means it's not really going to rain. You know, it'll drizzle a little bit here and there. Winds are out of the south southeast at 10 to 15 miles per hour. It's going to be a cloudy day during the morning, partly cloudy in the afternoon. Humidity is high during the day and very high at night. You guys get out there. It is Wednesday. Go and enjoy your day. We are almost to our 48-hour break. When you say it like that, 48 hours, it really just hits you like a slap in the face. We do 40 hours at the job, and 48 hours to rest, and it's still not enough. Anywho, anyhow, enjoy those your off days, wherever those off days may lie. Enjoy them. Hello, Just a Thing, bro. I appreciate you for tuning in on YouTube. Go ahead and give us a thumbs up while you're here. And the folks that are listening in, give us a thumbs up. We're on YouTube, we're on Facebook, we're on TikTok, we're on Instagram. Follow us. We are about community. All right, and that is your weather for today, this beautiful Wednesday. Now, let's get into some news that you can use. Miss Morningstar, I've been looking and pretty much everybody has stopped talking about the Iran war that Trumpy started. And now everyone is on to this staged fake assassination. I just cannot, you're on mute, Miss Morningstar. I just cannot believe that we are here.
That was the plan. Um,
Yeah.
that's part of the plan. Part of the plan. The part of the plan to cause a distraction. It's always distractions within this administration. I think people need to we the people need to understand that we are being played a game on. The
Yeah.
game is being played on us, and we have to understand what the game is. This is all game. They staged this fake whatever you want to call it, and now people are talking about it. But in the background, they're trying to get this ballroom paid for with our tax dollars after they had already promised the American people that they wouldn't tax us to build his ballroom. But, girly Lindsay, girlfriend Lindsay, Lady Lindsay came on and said they're getting ready to write legislation for a bill that will fall on the taxpayers, us, to build them a ballroom. That won't even, it didn't even correlate with the whole press, it didn't even correlate with that
How
because
does that even make sense?
the White House wouldn't even hosted that event.
Yes. So we want to do a ball. You want to build a ballroom because an assassination attempt was made on the president at a ballroom. Make that make sense.
It don't.
It does not. It does not make any sense. We've had so many presidents come in and do certain things to better the country, not their own selves and their own pockets and their own, egos. This is an ego trip. How does it, how does it help the country? Our paying our tax dollars paying for this ballroom. How does that help the country? Is that going to lower grocery prices? Is it going to put gas in your car? Is it going to help with childcare? Is it going to help with healthcare? Is it going to help with anything? No. It is a ballroom for an egomaniac.
Mm-hmm.
It's about his ego. That's all it's about. It's not about the American people getting what they need in order to survive in this country and this economy. No, it's about taking a self-made stolen billionaire. He has stolen our money and made himself a billionaire, and now he still wants us to pay for a ballroom. Why would we do that?
It's the greed. It is the money, the power, the greed, and it's disgusting. It's despicable because you have the people that are in compliance. You know what? I heard somebody make a really, I never thought of this, but a really good point. Now, we all know election season is coming. We are like right around the corner, so make sure you fully register, check your registration every day. I say do it every day. Um, but as election season comes, you know, once we take the House and the Senate, because I'm just gonna claim it,
Hmm.
um, they said don't impeach Trump. Impeach all of the people who enabled him
That's
to
there we
do
go.
these things. I like that idea. But see, he's old and nobody can. Let's impeach all the people that were in compliance with this lawlessness.
Hmm.
Let's impeach them. Get them up out of here. And of course, he'll be able to try to pick new people. However, we'll have jurisdiction over the House and the Senate where we can make vital decisions on who to select, not
Yes,
just Pookie and them off the street. Because at this point, we got Pookie and them in the White House.
we do.
Pookie,
I
Bam
don't think
Bam,
no, no,
Pinky, and
no,
the
no,
Brain.
no. We have Jethro in them. Please
Them
don't put
two.
Pookie ain't in this.
Pookie
It's
might be
Jethro.
smarter than them.
Yeah, we've got Jethro in the gang, in the Klan. We've got Jethro in the Klan in the White House.
That's
Okay,
like one.
Pookie said, "I'm not finna. I'm not. I can't even get jiggy with
He
this."
said Pookie ain't with it.
Pookie said, "I get in it. I don't have nothing to do with that."
But
It is ridiculous.
that was to me a good idea. I mean,
Yeah,
impeach all of those fools, every last one of them, disbar them, take their license,
take
put
their
them,
license, freeze their assets.
freeze those assets. Because where's our money at, Kitty? Where's the treasury money?
I need Bernard Taylor when he gets elected. I need him to go up to Stephen Miller. He probably gonna have to bend all the way down to reach his forehead and put his finger on that forehead and ask, "Where's our $6.3 billion?" Kind of mushing.
Chump.
Where is our money? How dare you take $6.3 billion out of the U.S. Treasury and move it to a Cayman Island account and then move it to four other accounts? It's probably moved since then. This is
Yeah,
crazy.
it's been moved. You know it has. They need to be shamed, like humiliated
They
publicly.
need to be
I'm
shamed.
talking about tomatoes, eggs, onions,
I'm
vinegar,
talking snatch.
bombs,
The
poop,
best way to humiliate them is to
everything.
snatch every dollar away from them,
Freeze they money.
freeze their assets. Hello, Nevaeh, heaven spelled backwards. I love that name.
I love that.
I
That is.
do. I do. Yeah, freeze our assets. Why are we continuing to feed the machine? Why? Why are we continuing to allow this country to go through the most outlandish things ever in the history of America due to some criminals, some con artists in the White House? Why? At
It's
this point, we've got to do something, sis.
it's unbelievable. I mean, it's thing after thing after thing after thing. I mean, again, today or yesterday's news, they indicted James Comey again
Again,
over over threats against Trump. What? Excuse me?
he didn't threaten him.
And find something to do, y'all.
But
Like find something for real to do.
James Comey did not threaten the president, but the president did threaten the whole country. He threatened to unalive everyone in Iran. That is crazy. That is crazy. But yet here we are. We're dealing with someone who does not care about what he does to the American people. He does not care. They don't care about us having to figure out how we're going to feed our kids or how we're going to pay that expensive medical bill. They don't care about any of that. What they care about is pay your taxes so we can get more of your money.
So we can take your money. And it won't go nowhere. Again, this is another senseless waste of taxpayers' money. It won't go nowhere. This indictment, it won't go nowhere.
Mm.
Just like the other ones did.
None of them do. They never do.
None of them.
But do you want to hear something that's truly interesting? All four Black Republicans currently serving in the U.S. House of Representatives are leaving Congress later this year, leaving the GOP without a single Black member on the in the for the next term.
What? The Republicans?
Uh-huh.
Mm.
All four of them are leaving.
Oh, so Byron and
All of them. Let me read it to you.
mm.
Wesley Hunt, that's Texas.
Oh, Cheese and Wesley.
Oh, them girl, he got some gums, don't he?
Woo!
John
That dancer right there, baby. You can see him like this.
Stop it. Let me read these names this morning. Star John James out of Michigan, Byron Donald,
Byron.
Florida, and Burgess Owens out of Utah will not be seeking re-election in Congress, each for their own reasons. Could it be that they finally realize that you're Black? You're Black.
You at a Klan rally.
You are at a Klan rally. You've been at a Klan rally for years.
Child, we can't make this up. I promise you, it took you that long to realize. You looked around the room and you realized
I'm the only one?
you looked at your skin. You said, hold on.
Hold on.
Hold on. Hold on.
Hold on, player.
What's going on in here?
Am I the only one?
And then they're talking about, boy, go fetch me some water.
Fetch. Step and fetch. Step and fetch. Well, just like Clandis Owen, we will not accept you back. You can drop out and not never go back into politics again.
See you.
But your black card has been permanently revoked.
Y'all gonna have to find somewhere else to go because we ain't trying to see y'all. We got no holler.
We
Mm-mm.
have nothing to say to you. All four black representatives in the House are not seeking reelection.
Wow, that's some
That's
good. That's some news for y'all. That's some news.
that's
I'll
interesting.
let that sink in.
Interesting. Very interesting to me because, why would you be a Republican in the first place? And I don't have, you can choose to be anything you want to be. You can be a flower for all I care. However, when people show you that they are blatantly racist, why would you side with them?
When I hear black people get on get on these platforms or these and passionately, angrily talk about I'm conservative, you know, I tend to wonder, okay, well, what are you conserving? Like, are you conserving the Southern strategy, the old Southern ways, Jim Crow law? What are you conserving? Because conserving means you want to stay the same. You don't want change. You don't want progression. You don't want growth. You want to conserve old values. Old values have their limits on how good they were. They say you got to outgrow things. I know we talk a lot about that, right, Kitty? In here, we talk a lot about change and how what did Nikki's topic was on Monday? You can't stay in the
The
same.
same. Yes, and it's
Yeah,
okay for you to change and grow.
you're supposed to as you get
Mhm.
older, but you want to stay in these old Southern white racist ways. When you say conserve, that is
What
what
are you
you're
concerned?
saying. That's what you're saying.
You're conserving what, sir?
Nuclear
Vera,
family. What is a nuclear family? I mean, it's just
girl.
they're so twisted. They have one issue votes. Most of them, if they voted, are one issue voters. They mad at the LGBTQIA, but they not part of the community. So what you mad at them for?
I mean, what can the LGBTQIA community do for you if I don't like to drink milk, I'm just not going to buy milk. If I
Exactly.
don't like something, I just don't. It doesn't affect my breathing, my well-being. It doesn't
No,
affect any of that. I'm
nothing.
gonna say their names really quick. I've had a request from Vera's, our sister on TikTok, asking me to say the names again. Let me break it down. This again: Representative Wesley Hunt out of Texas, John James out of Michigan, Byron Donalds out of Florida, and Burgess Owens out of Utah will not be seeking re-election in Congress, each for their own reasons. Yeah, I'm gonna guess what your reason is. You don't have to tell me whether or not I'm right because I really don't care what you think if I'm right or wrong. I'm just gonna say, just like I hear voices when I hear Melania talk, I'm just gonna say it's because you finally realized that you're black and you've been at a Klan rally this entire time. All right, you guys, let's take a quick commercial break. You are listening to Our Plugs, the community connection on WKRA 92.7 The Change. We'll be right back after this quick commercial break.
Advertising with Our Plugs. The community connection opens doors to a whole new ballgame. Radio advertising is affordable, powerful, and puts your business directly in front of the people who want to support you. Plus, customers can easily find and connect with you anytime through our online directory. If you're ready to grow your brand, expand your reach, and stay connected to the community, sign up today. Visit ourplugs.com and register now. That's ourplugs.com. Plug into your community.
What's up, everybody? Scott Cologne, District Attorney and candidate for the United States Senate for the great state of Mississippi. I had a great time talking about my campaign with the crew at the Community Connection morning radio show. I'm running because Mississippi matters. Our families are paying more for less, and our rural hospitals are under serious threat. I spent my career fighting for my community, and I'll bring that same fight to Washington. Folks in the Holly Springs area and worldwide should check out our convo and visit cologneforsenate.com because Mississippi matters.
This is Transformation Training Academy. If you're someone that people walk up to and just talk to and tell all their business to and they don't know you, this is your sign. If you're ready to level up, Transformation Training Academy is ready for you. Coach Nikki and Counselor Nikki push you past your limits into your purpose. We help you break patterns, build confidence, and create real change. Your breakthrough isn't someday, it's today. Contact us at info@thetransformationtrainingacademy.com.
Hi, everyone. I'm Mara Keller, retired Army Lieutenant Colonel and candidate for Congress in Georgia's 3rd District. Now, I'm running because too many decisions in Washington are being made without listening to the people that they affect, whether it's public safety, veterans care, education, or protecting our constitutional rights. These aren't partisan issues. If you believe our government should work for everyday Americans and not special interests, I invite you to stand with us. Your donations help keep this grassroots campaign people-powered. Every donation fuels our voter outreach, ads, and our shared fight for a better Georgia. Visit marakeller.com to donate today. Let's finally serve the people who send us to Washington. And a huge thanks to DJ Kitty Cat 50 for the energy and the spotlight. Let's keep pushing.
Welcome to Compassion Counseling and Training Services, LLC, where healing takes flight. I am Nicole Wiley, licensed independent clinical social worker, and we empower children, individuals, families, and couples through individualized therapy via telehealth. Using evidence-based approaches like CBT and mindfulness, we help clients build resilience and rediscover their wings. If you're ready to begin your journey, visit CompassionCounselingandTrainingServices.com.
At Lovership Apparel, we believe what you wear should remind you of who you are. This is where love meets style. From our signature beautiful hoodies created to remind you to show up as your full authentic self, to our bold her shirts designed for women who know their worth and wear it proudly. Lovership Apparel is more than clothing, it's a movement. Our comfortable confidence-boosting leggings move with you, while our statement backpacks carry your essentials and your purpose wherever life takes you. Every piece is intentionally designed to inspire self-love, confidence, and authenticity, because you deserve to wear something that speaks life into you. Whether you're stepping out, showing up, or standing firm in who you are, Lovership Apparel is made for you. Visit lovershipapparel.com and wear the reminder, be you to the fullest.
And we are back. You are listening to Our Plugs, the Community Connection on WKRA 92.7. The Change. So we are back, and today we today we are talking about mental health and our children and social media. Now, Miss Morningstar, we can keep talking about, what everybody's talking about on the news about, they're ignoring the Iran war. No one wants to I don't see any news commentators talking about anything other than this assassination.
Yeah, that's why we got to keep talking about what's going on.
What's going on?
I mean, the Strait of Hormuz is still closed. There's been no budging, no negotiating, nothing. Our actual crude oil prices were high. I think they were up to 110 a gallon.
Gonna give me a bite.
Yeah, it was high. So people are still suffering. We are still paying more at the grocery stores. We are still under water. We are still past knee deep. Okay.
Yeah.
We deep.
I think I'm gonna either get me a bicycle. Well, I have a bike, but I think I'm gonna get me. Y'all remember the scooters, the tricycles? I might get me a tricycle and ride that down.
That.
288 to get to work every day. I can't afford this gas is ridiculous.
It's ridiculous. Like, I need to go fill up again. I try to not let it go past half just so I can get, not have to spend so much. But it's ridiculous. And while we're going through this, you got Melangerie and her dirty dime with the stinky diaper over here trying to get Jimmy Kimmel fired again. I mean, they got U.S. regulators reviewing Disney's broadcast license. Why are you guys messing with? What happened to freedom of speech? Wasn't this what this whole fake assassination thing was all about? Freedom of speech? People have freedom of speech. We can say what we want.
As long as we're not threatening you.
As long as you're not being threatened, we can say what he, and he's a comedian.
Yes. And I watched it. It was hilarious.
It was hilarious. I cracked up.
I'm about to send him a message and tell him he's allowed to use my lingerie, so he doesn't have to say her name any longer. Yeah. Call her lingerie. Everybody will know who that is. Yes.
Nobody care about her feelings. Who is she?
She had a whole jacket that says "I don't really care."
Yeah.
So we don't care either.
We don't care at all either. You are a irrelevant factor, a non-factor. Okay.
I mean, all he said was that she had a glow of an expecting widow. What's wrong with that?
And to me,
truth.
Yeah.
You can't get mad when a person tells you the truth. You're sitting over there smiling because you know he ain't got that much longer.
Look, her man cracked the joke. He ain't funny, but he cracked the joke the other day.
He did.
And it pissed her out or it made her mad or she just didn't smile or laugh. But he was like, my parents was married 63 years. He looked at her, he said, well, darling, we ain't gonna make it to
we ain't gonna make it to 63
and
years.
I understood him for one. I understood him for the first time because he know he ain't gonna be around for no 60. You know, he ain't gonna make it. He ain't gonna.
I mean, this year sounds real good.
He said we'll do all right, but we.
So why ain't she suing him?
He said
why you ain't mad at your husband? He the one saying y'all ain't gonna be married that much longer.
He said we'll do all right. We just gonna do all right. I mean,
they gonna do the best that they can in these few months, weeks, days, hours.
When this contract is up,
that final blink, baby. It's up and it's up. Okay, I'm just waiting for that final blink. And I'm telling you, I think that we needed to alert the national broadcasters. You know how they do that Amber Alert when somebody is missing. They need to do an Amber Alert. And I don't care. Normally, it aggravates me because it's so loud and annoying. But go ahead and Amber Alert us once that final blink goes down. I'm calling into work. I ain't gonna be able to come in. I'm in mourning. Ma'am, what is that noise we hear in the background? Baby, it's a party over here.
It's a party. It's a party. It's a party.
Okay.
That's how we go through grieving, Yes. Okay. Well, we got.
Let's go ahead and bring up Coach Counselor Nikki. I see the comments, Salmon, and the comments on YouTube.
We can't give you no directions.
We can't give you no directions, and thank you for the compliment. Miss Morningstar's outfit is. He said it should come with the morning.
How you know it's my outfit? It can't be your outfit.
Because I just got on the jacket and the t-shirt. You got your whole shoulder out, baby. You got your whole shoulder out.
You're bad.
Hey, Nikki, how are you?
Hey, good.
It's good to see you.
Yeah, y'all too. I was last week I was thrown off all week because I wasn't here. So I was all thrown off.
I know. Anytime you miss a day, it does throw you off because it's our routine now. So let me tell you, when I was out of town, I was like, man, I felt like I wasn't doing. You feel like anxious because you're so used to, doing this and being on the air. So it's like, whoa, I got time. What?
I didn't know what to do. I'm like, my week, like, what day is it? I kept asking all week, what day is it?
That's me all the time. I'll be like, what's today? My daughter be like, Mama, you just asked me. I forgot.
You got another compliment, Miss Morningstar. Salmon said, are you trying to break hearts or just mine with that look?
Well, I'm trying to figure out why Kitty feel like
because he's talking about your shoulder.
Like, I'm really trying to understand why.
Yeah, it ain't me either. I got a hoodie on, so it ain't me either.
She gonna go like, oh, let me pull the shoulder up. It's a shirt. It's made like that, but it's not just me. He said two. Whoever it is said two queens.
Yes. Thank you so much, Salmon. Please subscribe and
Share.
like and share and like the live. Please, we appreciate you for being here. Now, don't get corny. Are you Wi-Fi? Because I'm really feeling a connection now. Stop it.
Yeah,
Stop it. Our topic for today is social media and kids' mental health. Sam, I want you to stay here because I feel like you're going to give us some laughter and some joy this morning as we do our show. But yes, Miss Nikki, today we're talking about social media and kids' mental health, and I am here for it because I have a little person in my house who, we're about to snatch away his little account because I don't even want him on social media. That's just
right. It's dangerous.
It's very dangerous. So we're going to turn the floor over to you. Go ahead, sis.
Yeah. The thing about it is, though, if we're ready or not, we're here. When my daughter started pre-K a couple years ago, they give them a tablet to bring home, they do their work on their tablet in class. They do it at home. I opted to keep her tablet at school because I didn't need her to have access to it at home if she didn't need it. So for kindergarten, pre-K and kindergarten, I left it at school and she just used it at school. First grade, same thing, and they use it all day, but they're using it by themselves. So she knows how to do, since she was like 2 or 3, she could do stuff on my phone. I'm like, how did you do that? And how do I get out of it? You know what I mean? So if we're ready or not, these babies are growing up on it,
They are.
It's their new world. I mean, technology has been around. I mean, my daughter is 18, but she's been tuned into electronics since she was born, and she's a toddler where they're scrolling YouTube and they were watching their little shows and knew how to get to it. It started like that, they knew how to get to what they wanted to see. And then I started seeing more and more kids just advance.
Yeah. It's like a babysitting tool now, give them a tablet, give them a phone. And I really and truly, I hate the fact that I did give my grandson a tablet when he was, a little kid, small, because, of course it's like an addiction. Imagine how hard it is for us as adults to put our phone down. They don't have this kind of messes with their impulse control as well, because they're wanting, more and more, and they'll swipe really fast. I don't want to see this. Let me swipe out. And it's not giving them the chance to actually learn social skills because they're stuck in their tablets or their phones.
Right. And then they see us doing it, right? So, they see us with our phone in our face all the time, scrolling. So they think that's what they want to do as well. And so it's very important that we are setting those boundaries too and saying, hey, it's dinner time. We're going to talk or, and eat together. We're not going to be on phones and tablets and stuff like that. It's about, and especially if they're smaller, knowing what they're watching, setting, parameters around what they can access, because now they're starting to take children's shows and make them into like these demonic shows and stuff. But it's a children's like cartoon. Yeah. And the child will say, oh, that's the character from this, and turn it to that. And it's something totally different.
Yeah. Now that's the scary part to me.
That's why I think it has its pros and it had its cons, but people started manipulating, like you said, that's a manipulation right there. And these kids have fell into dangerous chat room situations. It included cyberbullying, a whole bunch of other things like predators, all of that. Yeah. So it had its pros. Like, I mean, it was useful for learning. It should have been a tool for learning. It should have been a tool.
And just that.
Yeah. Right. But it became dangerous, and it is dangerous.
And it became easy, right? Like you said, you give the child the tablet, you sit them in front of it, they're going to sit there for hours. You can go do whatever you want to. So for us, it became easy, and we use it as a babysitting tool. Right. We started using it more and more for that. Instead of just saying we're going to learn some stuff on here and then we're done with it.
Yes, and prioritize them having a life outside of that tablet.
Right.
I say that because a couple of weeks ago, the boys, so in my neighborhood, I didn't realize we had this many little boys, but it's nothing but boys. There may be 2 girls and like 8, 9 boys. And for whatever reason, all of them were outside, and none of them had their tablets, none of them had their phones. And the parents, we all, come outside and sit in our chairs and watch, make sure, because the world isn't safe. And I said to several parents, we need to start doing this so that they get off the game, they get off the tablet. I remember, getting up in the summertime when I was a little girl, getting up in the summertime, getting all my chores done. I would try and do it the night before so I could brush my teeth, get up in the morning, put my clothes on, get on my bike and take off and be
Go outside.
Go outside and play.
That was
all
it.
day long.
That's all we had.
We didn't have the internet. And I think that is one of the reasons why, we are a lot different from this generation. And we don't really connect as well because there wasn't no, come in the house and ask mom for DoorDash. You better come and get a bologna sandwich and a bag of chips and go sit down somewhere.
Right.
And you're not going to keep running in and out my house.
No. Nope.
In or out.
Drinking water out the water hose and stopping by people's houses.
So good.
that
was the best water.
Cold.
That and gym water. Gym water fountains were really cold.
Yes, cold and
what
good.
What happened to that? That was, man.
They introduced the internet and everybody sat down, and instead of living their lives outside, we stayed inside and we're here.
Yeah. And right now, 95% of teens ages 13 to 17 use social media. And 1 in 3 teens are always online constantly. And children are starting to use the platform before 13. And that's kind of, we talked about how in schools they're using it now, which I think that's good. But, people are being introduced well before 13 years old.
Yeah.
Yeah. I think it's good to use it as a learning tool, to help them progress with math and science. Yes. But to use it in social media, we are on YouTube, and YouTube is great for spreading knowledge. However, I do have a huge issue with YouTube when I see, and I hate to see this, when I walk up to my grandson's tablet and he's watching the tablet and I'm hearing little kids' voices, but when I look at it, it's an adult. That bothers me. Why are you talking like a little kid? That is weird to me. Oh yes, Miss Morningstar.
Yeah,
that's all over social media. They have these grown men.
Yes.
And sometimes he'll scroll across a woman, but typically grown men in children's outfits talking like kids. And it's breaking down in my opinion, the direction of a kid's level of thinking that an adult, oh, well, that's my friend.
Right.
No, it's not.
Yeah.
It's I paid attention to it. And
that's true.
Watch it.
That's true. The adults are coming more into our homes, talking to the kids, making the kids more comfortable. So if they see these people out in the street or somebody who talks about this show or does these things, there's more of a connection there. They feel more safe and comfortable with that person. That is scary. That's going to create an issue down the line. That's going to create something that could be harmful down the line.
Very harmful, because you're not there. Kids don't know how to draw boundaries between a safe adult and an adult who may mean them harm. That's my friend. I'm just listening to them. They sound like a kid.
And that's
yes. That is the scariest part, and I had to explain to him, and I hope other parents do the same. An adult should never be talking to my grandchild. What do y'all have to talk about? That's what I know. What is there to talk about?
And you have to Go
Go
ahead.
ahead. No, I was gonna say you really would have to really show them the difference between, even though he's talking like you and trying to talk in your lingo and it sound like a kid. Look at the difference of who you are versus who they are. That's a grown up. That's an adult. And like you said, Kitty, they should never be sitting here having a full-fledged conversation with you, a stranger at that, at best.
Yes, because
Right.
they can take it from YouTube and then, hey, they go and play Roblox and they go into
Mm-hmm.
Roblox and there's a chat going on. So
Yeah.
you have these adults in the same game room
Yes.
playing with children.
That's
That's grooming. Think about it.
Exactly.
You are
Inviting them to come to
grooming.
a private room and talk, inviting them to chit chat about things, give details about where they live, about
What's your
themselves.
real name? Who
Yeah.
you live with?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yes.
So that's part of what too I want to talk about today too, is safety, right? Teaching safety and resilience for online with your
Mhm.
kids, and having a conversation, an open conversation about things. I talk all the time about, like you were saying, DJ Kitty, about this is an adult. Adults should not be asking you these questions. You should not be having conversations with people on here.
Mhm.
This is appropriate to watch. This is inappropriate to watch.
Mhm.
This is not okay. This is okay.
Mm-hmm. That's
And
exactly
then
what it is. Go ahead.
And then there's consequences. If you don't do these things, if you don't follow the rules online to stay safe, then you can't be on there. You can't, you got to get off for this amount of time. So, you need to reinforce what positive online use looks like and limit the hours that they're on there and pay attention to what they're watching.
Well, I would suggest everyone now, technology can be our friend. And the best thing that I've learned by really looking into making sure that my grandson is being safe online is I have the app for my internet provider, and his devices are on there. And I just turn them off. I turn off the Wi Fi. And what can you do? The Wi Fi is off.
Right.
That's enough of that. You've had enough time, screen time. I'm not going to, turn off my entire home, all of our Wi-Fis, but I'm going to definitely turn off the Wi-Fi for a child. He is 7, you know, and we have to set boundaries and help our children to understand that, look, sitting on your phone all day is not what we do over here. It's not okay.
Right.
When it comes to their like mental health, Nikki, like sleep deprivation and things like that, I feel like these are the cons, some of the other cons that social media has done to kids, where they're not getting the proper amount of sleep. Their eyes are straining, they're getting headaches, because they're spending so
And
much time
grouchy.
at the screen. They're
Right.
grouchy, right? They're tired all the time. They get anxiety. They may not do well in school focusing, and it all, to me, centers around their social media use. What say you with that?
And that was an awesome segue, because that's exactly where I was headed. So that was awesome.
Well, let's hold it, and let's hold that segue and jump right into it right after these commercials.
Okay.
All right, you are listening to Our Plugs, a Community Connection on WKRA 92.7 The Change. We will be right back after this quick commercial break.
Advertising with Our Plugs. The community connection opens doors to a whole new ballgame. Radio advertising is affordable, powerful, and puts your business directly in front of the people who want to support you. Plus, customers can easily find and connect with you anytime through our online directory. If you're ready to grow your brand, expand your reach, and stay connected to the community, sign up today. Visit ourplugs.com and register now. That's ourplugs.com. Plug into your community.
Carter's Caring Hands is here to serve the communities here in Kalamazoo, Grand Rapids, Battle Creek, as well as Southfield, Michigan. We also go out into the unhoused community, serve the community with care bags. Low-income families, our senior citizens, and our veterans with fresh food baskets each and every day. because no one should choose medication over food. We are here to serve you. Your community is our community, and our community is one community. From our hands to your hands.
At Lovership Apparel, we believe what you wear should remind you of who you are. This is where love meets.
Do you relate to the phrase, "Don't let the pretty face fool you"? That's the motto behind our Pretty Gangster hoodie. I myself am not a people person, so we have a hoodie for that too. Our hoodies do the talking, so you don't have to. Want someone to read your hoodie and think, "Yep, I feel the exact same way"? Or do you want to teach someone how to pray and thank God? Then head on over to our sassy black and white hoodie collection located in our TikTok shop and order yours today.
Find us at Sparkle Kicks on Etsy, TikTok, and ourplugs.com.
Hello everybody, my name is Monica Meeks. I'm a wife, a mom, and a soldier for life. And I'm running for the 19th Judicial District Circuit Court Clerk for Montgomery and Robertson County in Tennessee. I am so grateful for Our Plug LLC for giving me an opportunity to share my platform and explain why I'm running for office. Early voting is July 17th through August 1st with the final day of voting on August 6, 2026. I'm an independent candidate and I appreciate your support.
You're locked in to WKRA 92.7, the voice of the community. And listen, 2026 is all about showing up and shining. That is why we rock with Morningstar Boutique by Tam, where fashion meets confidence, purpose, and style. From everyday chic to head-turning statement pieces to some fly arm candy, Morningstar has it all. And while you're shopping, tap into the community. Discover Black-owned and minority-owned businesses at ourplugs.com. Also, check out morningstarboutiquebytam.com, where your light owns your style.
And we are back. You're listening to Our Plugs, the Community Connection on WKRA 92.7, The Change. We left off at a great segue. Go ahead, Counselor Nikki.
Yeah, so Miss Morningstar, that was awesome. That's exactly where I was headed, was to talk about some of the mental health trends that we're seeing now in youth since people have been spending more time on the internet. So they're saying if you spend heavy social media use is 3+ hours a day. And so in youth, that is linked to higher mental health risks, if they're spending that much time. So some of the rates that they've seen go up has been in anxiety and depression. Those are some of the huge rates that have gone up since we started seeing children on social media more. For teens, it's had an impact on their self-esteem and their body image, because remember, now we got AI, right? And AI and filters and all that sort of thing. So if I'm looking at myself more than 3 hours a day on the internet and I'm perfect, I'm seeing perfect, according to the standards of our social system, this is perfect. And I'm getting a lot of likes on this. And then I see myself, it doesn't look the same. It doesn't compare because I've used filters or I've used AI or I've used different lighting. You can do all these different things. And then when I see myself, I don't feel good about it. Or people may say things, may treat me different or not the same as they do online because I don't look like that.
Or
so you're able. Go ahead.
Or even worse, kids are cruel,
Mm-hmm.
and they don't have a problem with telling you, oh, you're using filters. When that hurts.
Mm-hmm.
We have to think about the mental health of boys and girls. It doesn't matter what gender. We're thinking about their mental health. If they're thinking that their self-worth is based on how many likes and shares that they get, and then, okay, if I use AI, now someone's going to pick at me because I'm using filters, and it's opening up another can of worms. The kids already have enough to deal with.
Yeah.
Right.
And
that's why they were trying to control the likes, trying to change or hide the likes, because it was directly affecting teenagers' mental health or children's mental health.
Right.
It's affecting their self-image.
Mm-hmm. I can see exactly how that does that, because think about it. Think about when we were teenagers. You know, we go through an awkward stage in life. You know, that it's that preteen going into teenage where you might develop bad acne. You might, you know, have some fluctuation changes within your face, like as you grow into your adult face. You know, some kids grow differently, and it takes, you know, a season or two to catch up with everything. So kids are mean and cruel, even though everybody goes through these awkward changes, even the ones that are being cruel. But it's like once social media came along, like you said, with the filters and all the different ways that you can alter your look, and it gave them a boost of confidence. But did it really? Because behind the scenes, you still have to go to school, you still have to face reality, and people are still cruel. So yeah, I can
And
see.
then that's where, and then also we had a rise in cyberbullying and online conflicts. Because, you know, like people get online, I can be this alter ego of myself and be big and bad online. You know what I mean?
You see
And
it all.
so now, you know, I can send out stuff to hundreds of thousands of people real fast about you. Faster than I could ever tell anybody anything in person.
Right.
You know what I mean? So for the last 10 years, they've been trying to develop laws to govern, you know, what you can do with cyberbullying, because children were unaliving themselves because of it.
Right.
So there was an increase in that as well.
Yeah. And it's sad because you see the coalition, the correlation between children and adults, because now even the children eventually become adults who actually are utilizing this social media the same way, you know, bullying, altering themselves, living a double life, being somebody you really, really not, you know. And then, you know, when you're exposed, it causes, I mean, people have done it on social media where they have committed the ultimate sin, you know, of unaliving themselves or whatever because of the pressures of the internet. It's so sad. So just think, if it's happening to adults and children who are just still going through that development stage, it's really hard on them.
So what would be your best, you know, advice to parents, Nikki, who see that their child struggles with not being on social media? You know, they want to be on social media every waking minute. You know, the first thing they do is grab their phone as soon as they wake up, you know, instead of taking care of personal hygiene, instead of eating breakfast. And even when they're eating breakfast, they've got that phone right there or that tablet right there versus putting it down and living in your reality. What would you suggest to those parents who are dealing with that today?
So I think it's about creating and building resiliency and safety online and setting boundaries, right? So when you're doing that, first of all, we have to show that we're not always connected to our phones and the internet and texting and doing all these things. So we have to, because they learn by watching us as well. So we have to show that we are not connected, right? That's the first thing. The second thing we have to try to do is teach some emotion regulation, because online is right here. It's fast. It's right now. And if I can't do this, and oh my gosh, everybody else is doing it and they have this crash out. So we got to try to teach them how to control their emotions, because in the real world, you don't get stuff as soon as, you know, just like that. It takes a few minutes. You're going to have to wait. You'll be fine. You know what I mean? So teaching them the difference between that online world and what happens in the real world.
Right.
And then also like building community too, right? Building relationships. Resilience comes from relationships. So building a relationship offline. So the only people you're having contact with are not always online. You know, like you said, having the boys outside. They maybe every Sunday afternoon, you know, they get out of church, they all go outside and they play. Like having that community so that I'm not stuck to just the people online. I don't feel lonely in real life, you know? I have people online that I talk to, but I have people in real life that I can go see, that I can play with, that I can talk to, that I can touch.
That's important.
So creating that space.
That's important. Yeah.
You know, now that we just so happen to all, tell our kids, because it wasn't planned, but now they are at each other. We've all exchanged numbers, and they take turns coming to everybody's houses, which is refreshing, because the one thing about it is they're not on their devices, and they're building real relationships. So another question that I would have is, a lot of parents have already, we're dealing with a child who has that addiction. That's what it is. Let's
Yes.
call it a thing. They're dealing with an addiction now because they don't want to get off their phones. They don't want to get off their devices. How would you coach a parent into those type of in that find themselves in those situations?
Well, like you said, a lot of people are already in that situation. Before you know it, you're already there. It just happened. It seems like it happens overnight.
Yeah.
So just starting to limit the amount of time that they're able to be online, like not just go cold turkey and take it from them, but just, take a few hours from here and there and say, okay, on school days, we do this much time. On the weekends, you might have a little bit more time, limiting the time. Also being a part of what they're looking at or what they're doing online.
Yeah.
Sometimes I'll go and the shows that my child likes, sometimes we'll sit down and watch them together. Like, you know what? Let's go watch one of your shows. Which one do you want to watch? So I know what she's watching, and I can tell her if it's okay or not. And I'm showing interest in something that she likes. So being a part of it, and that creates that line of, I can talk to you about something that happened online.
Yes.
That's that communication you're creating right there. You're talking to them during the show, asking them about it, being interested in what they're interested in. And then if something happens, they'll feel comfortable coming to tell me, hey, something happened. Somebody said this to me online, or this happened, and talking through it, not being judgmental about whatever's happening, but just, being there to understand what's going on with them. But just showing interest in what they're interested in, creating opportunities outside of being online. Like, when we get some warm weather here lately or some sun, I'll say, hey, let's go outside. Let's take the dogs for a walk. Let's go do a scavenger hunt. Let's go, for a walk by the lake. We make up different stuff to do to get away from it, where we're not even thinking about it. Neither one of us is watching TV. We're not connected to our devices. I'm not going to take mine out and start talking and texting, Let's go do something. What do you want to do today?
And can I say this? I don't know what you ladies think, but also I think there needs to be some type of conversation of those negative exposures to them. So like let them see something and then talk about it. Say, hey, because the thing is, and we all know this because we were young, what we do around our parents is one thing. When we ain't around them is a whole nother thing.
Yes.
So I would think, and I, even my child's still growing. Even though she's 18, she still is young and still has a whole nother period of her life. There are some things you want to share with them and say, hey, look at this situation and tell me what do you think? Because you get a sense of them having the ability to think for themselves,
absolutely,
to know right from wrong, to make good decisions.
Yeah,
and that's most important. Go ahead.
And that's awesome to do. Like when I'm around watching, if it's on TV or online, if we're watching something, I'll say, hey, what do you think about what she just said or what she just did or what just happened? How do you feel about that? Like, and that's teaching emotion regulation as well. That's teaching emotion and talk about that stuff, right? And it's like, do you think that was she made a good choice, in that situation? How would you have handled that? Just putting it out there and being a part of it. That's going to create that communication that they're going to feel comfortable saying if something does happen.
I find
like you said,
doing that a lot, especially in this administration, y'all. I mean, do you point out stuff? I find myself doing that a lot with my kid. Like, so after Donald Trump say something crazy, I'd be like, what you think about that?
What do you think? Yes.
And she'll tell me. Honestly, she was like, she say you crazy. Like I asked, like, how do you think they handled that person? Do you think that was the way to handle, or is that appropriate to be online saying those things? Just to give her
yes.
Yeah.
Temperature check. Yes. I'm temperature checking with the 7-year-old. His comments align with mine. Like, Nana, why don't they put him in jail?
Okay.
You know? And he's 7. He's not,
Because
he's
they
a
smart.
child. And yes, and he knows if our kids know that what this
Yes.
administration is doing, if they know, and for these adults to all of a sudden, that's what I think is one of my biggest pet peeves. All of a sudden now you're shocked that, oh my goodness, why are you saying, oh my goodness? This is nothing new. How did you even fall for it? But yes, you're right, Miss Morningstar. Checking the temperature of your child just to see where their head is at. Nowadays, it's so much going on. They have their own personal lives, and they're trying to, find out where they fit in. And that's really important for children. Where do I fit in? How do I fit? How do I, get into that friendship and that relationship with other people, their peers? And it's kind of hard to do when they're not learning those social skills, because instead of talking face to face, they've got a device. It's not talking back to them. They're just watching. So we are taking away their ability to use critical thinking skills when it comes to communicating with their peers. We really and truly are, especially over the summertime. Over the summertime, parents are, look, I get it. We are all having to pay bills. Gas is out the roof. Food is ridiculous. We got this man with the black hands in there screwing up everything. But our kids are sitting back and they are stuck, and we don't need them to be stuck. We need their minds to continue to grow. Well, it's not going to grow with a device in their hands, watching a grown man in a rabbit outfit talk like a child.
And and that's true. And like, you have to think outside the box right now, right? Like community centers, they offer a lot of stuff. Some of it's free, some of it's a few bucks. You know what I mean? They have karate, swimming lessons, all type of stuff that they might offer.
Love the Y.
Yeah, look into that. I know.
My daughter did the Y.
Yes.
Yeah, they have a summer program at the Y. And my daughter, she her classmates who she's been friends with since pre-K, we meet in the summer. Maybe once a month or something, we'll all meet at some park. We'll all bring snacks and stuff, and they'll just be out there together all day. So they're still connecting with each other. We'll say, hey, is anybody out of town? What do you guys want to get together? We'll get together and have let the kids play all day. Yeah.
And it's important because you want them to continue their social skills. They don't have social skills sitting on their tablets, playing Roblox. They don't have social skills. That's not the real world. And being around friends and being around other children, they learn how to express themselves. They learn how to share. They learn how to get along a lot better. And, some of the adults that I know need to, let me stop. Go ahead, Ms.
I'm going to say this too, because just an anecdotal experience right now, as we all are discussing this, we have some children that are, that's in my neighborhood across the street from us. Now, me and my husband, they drive us crazy but they're outside. They're not on their phones. And guess what? They're playing basketball every day. And what drives us crazy is that, they throw their trash out, they water bottles and stuff. And we want to be like, clean up behind yourself. But it's a good thing that they're out, not on their phone. I mean, they're out here every day shooting hoops.
Good.
Now, they might be using foul language and cutting up, trying to over there cussing.
Look,
they need a little direction. Now we know
we're not raising perfect children.
We've been out here. You done been a kid and you done got it off a couple times because ain't no.
I didn't curse when I was a child. I was scared.
I didn't either, not like that. But I knew some who did a lot.
I did too.
Okay.
Yeah.
And they would be getting it off, honey. Why wasn't no adults around? But what I'm saying is this is. It's a good experience because they're not on their phones. They're out socializing with each other. They might even get into a little push and shove because somebody mad at somebody about the ball, but they make up. They're not on, cyberbullying each other. They might a little bit and get over it. They not out doing nothing violent. They're having normal kid activities. and
that's
doing
what we all
normal
want.
things. And that's what we look for them to do.
Yes, that is what we look for. The one thing that I hate to even say this, but the one thing that's going to be the most valuable thing ever as we continue down this path of electronics and internet and AI, the most valuable thing ever will be their privacy. Because once it's on the internet, it's there for forever.
There forever.
And that's why it's up to us to talk to them about the dangers. You can teach them how to be creative. You can teach them how to do all this fun stuff online, because there are benefits of it. It encourages self-expression, creativity, because these babies can make the internet do all type of, online do a whole lot of stuff. You can. Yes, you can figure all types of stuff out, but it's up to us also to teach them the dangers of it, of putting yourself out there. There's certain, if you put this picture out there, just because you delete it, don't mean it's gone. You know what I mean?
No.
Don't put stuff like that on the internet. Don't send pictures like that to people's text messages.
Right.
Don't, so we have to talk about the dangers. And I think sometimes people think, well, if I bring it up, they'll try it. No, you need to tell them that this is what this is not okay, and this is what could happen, and these are some of the things you need to look out for. Mm-hmm. So it's up to us to put that out there too. That's kind of the responsibility. The internet's not going nowhere. Online is not going anywhere,
and they're gonna always utilize this internet. It is now part of our lives, all of it.
Mm-hmm. Yes, we
just have to be responsible and teach the kids to be responsible and notice the undertones and know what to get away from and what to bypass and what not to.
Right. Just because you see them online, they're not your friend. They're not your friend.
Baby, okay. You say teach the kids, but actually we need to have this for the adults as well. Because let me tell you, there are so many stories of people meeting people off of social media, and it's a completely different person. Yes. That persona that they show on social media, that is not who they are. Miss Morningstar and I and our entire team have ran into some people who they perpetrated the funk. They think that they are doing one thing, but unfortunately, you are dealing somebody else, a whole what do you call them, Decepticons? Yeah.
a whole nother situation. Absolutely. And we definitely need to have an adult mental health for social media, because listen, I could use a dose. I'm addicted. I ain't gonna lie. I'm addicted. I do scroll a lot, but it's not just because of social media. It's everything with with social. You on there shopping. We have gotten to the point where all our shopping is done online. We really are conditioned to that. I don't even know if the malls are gonna stand up.
I don't think so.
Because I don't need no mall, for real.
I did a study about maybe 15 years ago. I was in this class and we did a study on brick and mortar versus internet. And we probably have maybe about 5 more years of brick and mortar. Everything going to online.
I believe it.
So, it's just there. Yes, some people are like, I like going into the store, but it's not cost effective. It's more cost effective as a business owner to have your store online. Because number one, you're not paying that extra tax. Y'all know how I feel about taxes and Stephen Miller. So, think about it like that. There's a lot it's easier to shop online. You can do it from the comforts of anywhere on the planet and have it shipped versus having to get out your bed, get clothes on, and go to a store. Yeah.
I literally have a box at my door every day, y'all.
I don't want to talk about it. Now my husband might be listening to this.
It's bad.
I was gonna say that's a whole nother show, because that could, that leads to some problems too. So I'm just gonna put that out there.
Much talking right about now.
All right, I'm gonna cut that off.
Okay.
We ain't talking about that no more.
We ain't talking about that. Now
let's get back to these kids.
Yeah, let's get back to the because now you in my business.
Okay.
Yeah. So here are some signs that your child might need some support because of maybe an addiction to online, or something's happening online. If they're start talking about self-harm or being hopeless, or they're kind of moving about like they're hopeless, or they have a hard time getting out of bed, they don't want to talk about stuff, they don't want to call their friends that they usually call, then that's kind of a red flag. That they might be experiencing cyberbullying, so making sure that accounts are connected and you're able to check their phones or whatever you need to check to see what's happening. Maybe they show major changes in their behavior or their sleep or their mood, right? Mm-hmm. They're snappy, they're kind of getting choppy sleep, maybe they're having nightmares. They're at school, they're acting out at school, not their grades are going down, stuff like that. That means there's something else going on. Or even if you feel like, they feel like there's pressure, or they're overwhelmed about the pressure online to look a certain way, or post certain things, or get a certain number of likes, that can also be a red flag for something's going on with your child. You need to check in with them and see what's been going on.
Right. Absolutely. That's the scariest part about it, when and parents, please pay attention. Those are your warning signs. We all get signs all day long. When your child is acting out, you need to look what's going on with you and understand that something is affecting them, from changing who they were to, someone may have said something that they may feel like their self-worth. Whatever it is your responsibility to get down and find out what's going on. It's don't just they'll get over it. Talk to your kids.
I ask a lot of questions.
Me too.
I think I know I drive my daughter crazy. I don't care. I love her. I ask questions. I do. She might be like, "Mom," but I still ask. I ask. If I don't ask, I don't know. I mean, I need to know. What's this? That, I'm all in your business. I love you.
All in your business.
You belong to me. I got to ask.
Mine are grown, and I'm still in their business.
Yes, because that's yours. Those are your kids. They adults. But yes, I understand it becomes a limit to invasion in personal space, and I get that. But still, it's still a responsibility. I'm gonna ask.
You never stop being a parent. Just because your child is grown and they move out does not mean that you take your hands off of them.
Baby, listen.
Let me tell you something. I'm everybody's mama. I'll tell you that right now.
She is.
Every child, every child that's within my reach, I'm in their business. I tell them, your business is my business. That's how I feel. Every child.
You ain't got no business,
Exactly.
All of my little children, when they come around me, I be like, "What you got going on?"
Right.
You need to know.
Right.
And my kids would be so embarrassed, like, "Mom, I don't care, because you're not bringing just anybody." Well.
Hey.
It could be worse. I could not care at all. But we care enough to say, look, what's going on with you? Are you okay? Who is this person? This, especially a new person. Who is this person you're hanging out with? I need to know who your people are.
Who your people?
Yeah, they told me, my nieces and my child told me I'm embarrassing.
Well, hey, I think I'm cool. So most people
me too. I feel like I'm the girl.
Most people like me, so I don't care what you talk about.
I feel like I'm the girl. So,
Who said you're embarrassing? Your baby?
Yeah, and my nieces, because I talk to everybody. I'm asking everybody questions. I get into everybody's business, but it's fine.
Let me tell you, you aren't in the dating stages. When my daughter started dating, you couldn't take my daughter anywhere unless I made a photocopy of your ID. I don't care who you are. I do not care. I need a photocopy of your ID, and then I went and wrote down your driver's license plate. I'd be mad, but they thanked me for it because they made right decisions. Now, have they done some outlandish things? Absolutely.
Who don't, right? You gotta try.
They could never trump what Mama did. let me tell you. That's that's for a show that will never be.
That's on the low.
Never, But we just learn. We learn how to adjust as parents and grandparents. Counselor Nikki, as always a great show, great advice. I love the fact that you come and you talk to the community because we need these conversations. These hard conversations need to be had, and parents need to talk to their children, and children need to talk to their parents. Thank you for bringing this out to the forefront, to the family. We truly appreciate you. Any last words for our listening audience?
Yes, that ask questions, get in their business. They don't have business. Make it comfortable to just talk. You don't have to just always just talk at them. Have a conversation. Talk during the show. Use examples from what's happening on TV or online. Or did you hear about this person? Did you hear about that person? Use celebrities. Use stuff that they're into to talk to them, to get that communication going, so that you can help them and talk to them about the benefits and the scary parts of the internet, of being online.
Ma'am. Thank you so much. We look forward to hearing back from you again next week. New month and new topics. We thank you for all of your commentary this month. I know, right? It's already May.
I just looked at the date. I said, whoa.
Yes, that's crazy.
New month. New topics.
Yes. Bye, y'all.
Thank you. Thank you so much. Miss Morningstar, can you take us home?
Oh, absolutely. You know what? Yeah, new month. Wow. Couple days, y'all. Just get ready. We roll right along. Memphis, Tennessee, Holly Springs, Mississippi. We thank you as always for coming by, supporting our show, our community, being part of our community. We just dearly appreciate you guys. Thank you for coming by. Come back again tomorrow at 9 a.m. for some political tea. Yes, we will have Duce and DJ in the building, so they can give us that tea that we be needing to know. Some of these in the windows that we don't know about, they're gonna bring them out. So we gonna know. We're gonna find out tomorrow. So y'all make sure y'all tune back in at 9 a.m. WKRA 92.7 The Change. Thank you for the opportunity. As always, TikTok, YouTube, Instagram, Facebook, all of the platforms. Thank you for your endless support, and all of our friends out there listening. We love y'all. Have a great evening. As we wrap up today's show, we want to thank each and every one of you for tuning in, tapping in, and staying connected to your community.
Remember, this platform exists to uplift Black-owned businesses, nonprofits, creatives, and community leaders who are doing the work that moves us forward.
Make sure you support today's guests. Share the show. Stay plugged into our plugs, because when we support each other, we all rise.
Until next time, keep believing, keep building, and keep shining. You've got this.
You've been listening to Our Plugs, the community connection where communities meet opportunity. We'll see you next time.